As a region, we cannot change our history, and we cannot change our geography. But collectively, we can elevate our development trajectory through imagination, innovation, and collective action.
Top officials, economists, and policymakers gathered in Barbados for the second wider Caribbean Regional Risk Conference 2025. Hosted by the Caribbean Development Bank, the forum set the tone for urgent discussions on how the region can navigate today's most pressing threats, from global economic uncertainty and debt vulnerability to financing of climate resilience. Addressing the panel on economic tensions, uncertainty, and geo-economic confrontations, Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine, urged greater reliance on local currencies for regional trade, pointing to the challenges created by the region's dependence on foreign exchange.
We ought not to have the burden of finding foreign exchange for every or most trade transactions we do in our region. If you look at trade within the CARICOM area right now, much of that trade is in foreign currency, principally US dollars. That puts a burden on traders, customers, because they have to find a foreign exchange. That may not be a particular challenge in the currency union, where we have no foreign exchange controls and no constraints, but in some countries in our region, there are real serious foreign exchange constraints.
The Eccb governor went on to emphasize the advantages of adopting regional cross-border payment systems.
The idea of having a low-cost, real-time cross-border payment system in local currencies is really intended to remove that burden from day-to-day transactions. At the back end, you will still need US dollars for net settlements. So if I do a transaction between, let's say, Barbados and Guyana, at the end of the day, when we net it out, somebody will have to move US dollars, meaning the two central banks involved. But at the level of the customer, the trader, they are dealing in local currencies. So it makes it easier, cheaper, and we believe faster if we could go that route.
Antoine also pointed out how existing exchange policies are directly influencing the rising cost of living.
Cost of living is not just in the supermarket, it's also the banks and the financial system. The services, what we pay for them. Every time you have to intermediate, every time you have to go through a correspondent bank or go through a third party, the costs are added, the friction points are added, the delays potentially occur. So we need to be able to address that as a region. And my point was charity begins at home. We have to get our business in order, fix our house, as it were, put our house in order with respect to payments in the region.
The Eccb governor went on to note that existing systems may in fact be hindering the region's development.
This is what I was talking about earlier, about this rethinking our economic models and breaking out of some of these colonial constructs, because essentially they impose a burden on us and basically stifle our development. They put a cap, as it were, on our development trajectory. That needs to change.
For Choice News Now, I am Dyrud Lionel.